Chapter 7. The Naked Communist. The Naked Communist is the title of a book published in 1958 by an FBI employee named Clint Skousen, and parts of it were read into the Congressional Record in 1963 by Florida Congressman Albert Herlong. Ironically, a Democrat, Mr. Herlong believed certain information contained therein should become part of the record in Congress because it contained the details of a 45-point communist plan to turn America into a secular, socialist nation. This book is still in print and can be found and purchased online. Some of the 45 points are a bit dated, but much of it is clearly what's happening today, and you can see their plan includes, for example, present homosexuality is normal, natural, and healthy. This was written decades ago, but it sounds more like current events, especially when Hollywood says future movies will only be eligible for Oscars if they include gay characters. Another item that explains the importance to our discussion herein is item number 20 in the 45-point communist plan, which says,
infiltrate the press.
Considering the way CNN, MSNBC, and other members of this so-called mainstream media have behaved over recent years, it seems that has been accomplished. Further, the communist plan says,
capture one or both political parties.
And arguably, they've got the Democrats on a fish hook, and the bait is money and potentially permanent power. Some of them even boldly admit to being socialists, and because Karl Marx and those who follow his ideology are atheists. Close attention should be paid to the very telling points in the communist plan that decry religion, the Bible, and prayer. Become familiar with this plan, and it should make things start becoming much clearer, particularly where the plan talks about religion, e.g., removing prayer from public schools and infiltrating the church. Just because this plan dates back to 1958, that doesn't mean the left hasn't been working it ever since as part of their playbook that includes these and other strategies. Even U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal, D.C.D., attended the Connecticut Communist Party's celebration of its 102nd anniversary, where he gave a speech saying the Republican Party is an enemy of communism. Hence, you can see why the Democrats absolutely hate Republicans in general, and Donald Trump specifically. Frankly, the Republican Party should be an enemy of communism, but so should the Democrat Party. That simply means the Republicans support individual freedom, the Constitution, religious freedom, the sanctity of marriage, pro-life, and limited government. But if making a comment that seems to denigrate the Republicans for being an enemy of communism doesn't underscore the claim that the Democrat Party has been infiltrated by communists, what does? Follow the bouncing ball. 1. America has ambitious enemies. 2. One of our enemies is becoming increasingly more influential in the world and working feverishly on a long-term plan for control of the planet. 3. Our chief enemy has since 1949 been devoted communists, and they are jealous of America's leadership position in the world. 4. Marxist atheists are replete among our enemies, foreign and domestic, with the domestic variety as useful idiots, helping the foreign variety. 5. We currently have a weak, highly corrupt, self-serving president who extorted a world leader with taxpayer money to get a prosecutor fired who was investigating the shady business of his son, Hunter, who flew with his father, who was the vice president at the time, to China on Air Force Two to make deals. What they were specifically remains unknown. But start reverse engineering all this. Important to the equation Biden's behavior of protecting the Chinese and his willingness to destroy the republic by insane policies. And you can make your own conclusions, especially when you can find that, like his position in a Ukrainian oil company. Despite having no background in their business and unable to speak a word of Ukrainian, Hunter Biden wound up with a 10% interest in a Chinese bank run by the Chinese Communist Party And relationships between Hunter Biden and the Chinese include connections to the highest levels of the Communist Party's intelligence apparatus. Why would Chinese communists who want to rule the world simply give away 10% of one of their banks just for kicks and grins? What did Joe Biden give them in return?